Good day, lads and lasses. My name is MADLAD, Noblin, or Christian Noble, whichever one you would prefer to call me. Welcome to another installment of this stupid series I'm doing, Prating On about. This one we're going to be talking about the Modern Warfare 2 beta while playing the Modern Warfare 2 beta. I am joined by the same person who was here last time, Sly and Sonic fan. Sly, say hello.
Hi, how are you?
I am also joined by my friend Arion, who has not been in many of my videos, but he has been in some of the funniest videos on my channel. Alright, I just opened a door that leads straight to you. I'm coming. Hey, what's up? Arion, say hello.
Hello.
And also Cod's here. He's not going to be really talking much, but he is here, so just in case you hear him, that's who that is. Cod, if you want to say hello, you can. Go ahead and start it, Cod, and let's just get this conversation rolling. Who wants to, what do we want to talk about?
God, press start.
So what are y'all thinking? What are y'all's opinion, like general opinions on the beta? Then we can go to a more point by point thing, I guess.
Oh, my bad.
You wanna go first? No, you go first. You go first.
Okay, alright, thank you, I really appreciate that. I think this game is absolute dog shit. Yeah, no, this game, so, obviously, I'm pretty sure I'm in the vast minority because I've been seeing a lot of people come out and, basically praise this game like it's the second coming of Christ.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that's the case because after all the, like, recent negative buzz surrounding the series recently, it's good to see a Call of Duty game that a lot of people can just, come out and have fun with. Unfortunately, this isn't my type of game. MADLAD knows that because I also wasn't a fan of 2019's MP. These COD games typically aren't my style. I guess we'll go more into that later, but yeah, that's just my general stance on it.
Okay. And Arion, what about you? What's your, like, quick general opinions?
I don't think it's bad. I think it's better than like the past two CODs that came out for sure. I think it's not that bad.
Okay.
What about you, Noblin? What about you?
For me, like, I quickly said this in one of my earlier videos. I really like it. I'm really looking forward to this game. I love 2019. I think 2019 became, like, debatable opinion, because there were some good CODs from back in the day, but 2019 became my favorite Call of Duty. This one's looking to one-up 2019 and also become my favorite. I really love a lot of what they're doing with it. And I'm really excited for it, especially that campaign. That campaign looks pretty sick. But yeah, that's my quick opinions. We all gave our quick opinions. So what should be the first, like, topic we, like, focus on regarding the game? Sly, since you are a bit less inclined to like the game, we'll let you choose the first thing we talk about.
Ooh, first thing, okay. Well, I don't want to be a negative Nancy off the bat, so I guess I'll pick something that we can basically all agree on and, I guess, like, bounce off each other on. What do you guys think of just the technical qualities of this game, like, in terms of visuals, audio, just what are you guys' thoughts?
I think the visuals of this game, animations, audio, I mean audio's not visuals, but the presentation are great. Just amazing. Arion, what about you? What are you saying?
What was the question?
What are your, like, opinions on, like, the visuals and audio of this game?
Oh, I think the game looks good. I know a lot of people said the footsteps are too loud. I don't want to say they're too loud, but you can definitely hear someone coming, like, trying to flank you or something.
Yeah.
So they're just already pre-aimed. Which dead silence cover up, but you know, dead silence is a perk that you have to, like, wait over time.
So
I don't know. I think the footsteps might be a little too. I don't know.
I could say they're too loud. I could see them being reduced a tad.
Yeah, they're definitely, like, louder than usual. If you know what I mean.
I think they have been reduced since the first weekend of the beta already.
I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing. You know, I don't know.
You could go
helps
either way
out a
with
very
it.
certain group of people that play the game.
Okay. Sly, if you saw the video where we were doing our like survival thing, you heard me say like, find a teammate, follow him around, because like there's the animations of someone moving around are so cool. Like it looks like you're tactically clearing a place, even though all you're doing is like playing Call of Duty. Like
Absolutely agreed.
and
Yeah. Oh my bad.
no, go ahead, say.
Okay. Man, I just keep interrupting everyone today. It's a natural talent of mine.
It's a
But
natural talent.
yeah, no. I remember all the way back in 2019 when like the first teasers and everything started coming out for the new Modern Warfare reboot that was super cryptic, mysterious at the time. Yeah. Everyone, including me, were blown away by this new engine that Infinity Ward had cooked up. I used this photorealism to make the game look as realistic as possible, to build these environments in the greatest detail imaginable. And
Yeah.
I think they did the exact same thing here, but more. Yeah, these type of games are easily the best looking Call of Duty games without just hands down. I love it. And one improvement this game definitely has over its predecessor is the color grading. Modern Warfare 2019 was just a huge shade of brown and gray. It looked technically pleasing, but it was kind of ugly to look at. This, while I wish it was just a tad bit more colorful, still has a lot more color in it, but maintains that modern, gritty, realistic feel. So. Yeah, I think the visuals are outstanding. As for audio, I think now you guys touched on the footsteps. I think the sounds of the gun, the everything considering like guns and how they sound, just perfect. They make each gun sound distinct and different. It's just, and you're gonna hear this word a lot throughout this entire video, but very realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Infinity Ward just did a great job and obviously did tons of research to make this game as great as it is. As for the footsteps, I will say I disagree. I think the footsteps are way too loud. My friend Brandon, he described it best. It's like everyone has elephant feet. You can hear someone coming from across the block. It's just really annoying because it can, feel cheap at times where you're trying to get the jump on somebody, but they can hear you coming from like 10 miles away, and I've already aimed towards a position. They can tone it down just a little bit. I get what they're going for. They want you to remain, or they want you to have to rely on your audio and remain vigilant of their surroundings, and so they reward players who listen more. But I just think it's a tad bit extreme. But yeah, as far as like all the technical qualities of this game go, just absolutely perfect.
Okay. Something minor, just random. I wanted to ask everybody, like, bringing up audio, what is your favorite sound effect in this game? Because I have one. I don't know if y'all do.
Mine would probably just be the way the shotgun sound.
The shotgun?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, very simple way of thinking. I like loud bang noise, but yeah, seriously though, like the shotguns, they sound great. It really does sound like a thunderous, huge behemoth of a weapon that's just destroying everything that it's aiming at. Yeah, I just love the way the shotgun sounds.
Yeah, the shotgun sounds awesome. Arion, would you happen to have like a sound effect in this game that's like your favorite, like a specific gun or anything that you think is really good?
I think the M4 with the suppressor. I think that's.
Do you like
nice.
suppressed weapons?
Mm-hmm.
I do. I would agree. Suppressed weapons sound really nice. Like,
I think it sounds nice.
they still sound like guns, which I appreciate. Because in real life, a suppressor, it doesn't make your gun go. It just makes it a tad less, deafening. But no, if you want to talk about deafening, my favorite sound effect in this game, which I immediately noticed the first time I heard it, was a vast improvement over 2019. The A10 Warthog. Oh my god, the noise it makes in this game is insane.
Is that like a score streak?
It's the precision airstrike.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, next match I'll equip it and see if I can earn it. So if you haven't heard it, but it makes such an insane noise in this game. Like, it sounds like it's yelling at you, and I love it because I don't know if I could say it's realistic because I've heard actual footage of the thing, and it doesn't sound exactly like that. But in this game, it sounds really cool. I love how it sounds. It's loud. It sounds powerful, which it is because it's a very powerful gun if you know the A10 Warthog. And Another thing I really appreciate about the sound effect, it's not the same every time. In 2019, when you called in the precision airstrike, it would sound the same every time. While it did sound good, in this game it sounds like they added variable like versions of what it can sound like, which is really cool. Sound design in this game in general is really good.
Yeah.
Now,
probably the best in the series, honestly.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Now, Arion. Slideshow's the first thing we talked about, specific. Would you like to choose the next?
Me?
Yes.
Sure. The time to kill.
The time to kill.
Mm-hmm.
I could say it's probably a bit too high.
I feel like certain guns have a way too fast time to kill. Like the FSS.
Mm-hmm.
During the first part of it, I don't know if they nerfed it. I feel like they nerfed it, but that gun could kill like in like it felt like 2 bullets. Now it's a reasonable time to kill. But the M4 definitely needs a nerf. And this gun I'm using definitely needs a nerf.
What are you using?
The Scar, but there's a variant that you unlock whenever you have like
I'm using the same thing.
Level 30. Yeah, it needs a nerf.
I love the Scar. Scar's my favorite assault rifle. But I can entirely agree with you. This game does very often feel like you get into a gunfight and just instantly are dead, or or the other way around. You start shooting someone and they're just instantly like at the snap of a finger dead. So like, what would you say on that time to kill?
Yeah, I'm in total agreement. My main problem throughout all Infinity War titles is I feel like you so much as stub your toe and you're instantly dead. Yeah. The time to kill is insanely just out of line. I feel like they really ramped it up in Warfare 2019, and it's the same here. And the reason I don't like fast time to kills isn't because it's frustrating to die so quickly. It's just the fact there's no such thing as actual engaging gunfights. There's no, like, let's just say in a Treyarch game, hypothetically, you get shot, you're like, oh, what's that? But, you round the corner just right so you have time to, like, possibly regen and, like, challenge back or whatever. Here, it's whoever sees who first. You see someone first, they're dead instantly. There's just, like, no exceptions. And I've just never been a fan of that style of play, and especially rewards camp-lead behavior. Yeah, it's just I've never really been a huge fan of the fast time to kill.
Now, although I will say that I would like the time to kill to be increased, I could also say that a low time to kill does, while it does promote camping, I'd say it also probably promotes a little bit the intention of being in a good position, because if you're in a good position and you get shot at, to where there are times when you can quickly get behind cover, take a moment to breathe, but if you're like caught out in the open, you're gonna die. So like, I've been playing this game very similar to 2019. I'm very cautious about where I'm at on the map. I get very stressed out if I'm in an open position because I know how vulnerable I am and I know how quickly it is that I could just be instantly obliterated. But I will say that even with that, I think the time to kill could be a bit higher than it currently is. Speaking of like game mechanics and such, this is something the community's been debating about. I'd like to hear y'all's opinions on it. The minimap and red dots when people shoot. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I think it's the most unnecessary change they could have made. And because I've heard both sides, right? I've heard the community side where it's like, okay, well, the thing about the red dots is that it kept the match flowing. You always knew where an enemy was. It always ensured that gunfights would happen frequently.
Yeah.
And yeah, it encouraged people to play offensively. And of course, campers, if they're like in a specific spot and they keep on killing people, you can see them on the map. It's not like they're completely hidden. No, they're right there unless they have some sort of perk on, which in case they deserve to be hidden because they sacrificed the perk slots just so they could have that specific advantage.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just don't feel like the change. Now, Infinity War says now the reason they removed it is because they wanted players to have to rely more on audio as opposed to just having a compass that shows where every single enemy firing gun is on the map. And basically they want players to be more engaged with basically in short just make things a little bit more realistic and a little bit more tactical. And I appreciate the motive, however, I don't think the execution is just right because that doesn't really happen. I mean, really, you only use your audio to locate players near you, not necessarily like it doesn't assure that like people get in gunfights frequently. And yeah, and what makes me a little upset is they know it's an issue. I mean, like they just came out with like this whole thing where like they acknowledged all of the common complaints of the beta, but basically just stood their ground and was like, no, 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 we're keeping it this way. So, yeah, it just feels to me like a necessary change.
Okay, Aaron, what about you? What is your opinion on the red dots appearing when people fire on the minimap?
You know, as I like got off the mic for a second, I was going to talk about that, but he was already talking about it, and I 100% agree. I want the old traditional, you know, like red dots on the map to come back. I didn't realize that they weren't here until like recently, and yeah, I kind of don't know why. Well, yeah, I do agree that the old traditional, you know, red dots on the map should come back. It's not such a big deal to me. Like, I don't really care, but it would be cool if it did come back.
Okay. So y'all actually have a differing opinion than me. I am for them not coming back because I agree with what Infinity Ward said. I do think even if, like you said, Sly, a lot of people might not engage with like using audio and stuff like that. I know I do, and I enjoy doing it. I like actually really listening to like what's going on around me to figure out where the fighting is happening. I hear gunfire and I'm like, okay, I know what's going on over there. There's at least some fighting going on, and I'll check my minimap to figure out if it was a teammate firing or if a teammate just died. But I feel like I spend a lot less time looking at the minimap and more time looking at the actual game now that there's not red dots being shown on the minimap when people are firing. I can understand why you say what you say, because a lot of it, even though I'd say I don't feel the same way, I can say is true in its own way. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Like, I'm not trying to discredit what you're saying, but I also don't feel the same way.
I completely get it. Yeah, I agree with you. I can see your point of view as well. See, like, that's the thing. The concept I really like having to allow in your audio. I just think it slows down the pacing of the match a little too much, but I can definitely see the perks of it. But yeah. Okay. I guess it's just, at the end of the day, it boils down to like subjectivity and like which one would you prefer more.
Yeah. And I think this is something we've talked about before, how I feel that it is that Treyarch makes their games for a certain type of player. Infinity Ward has recently made their games for a certain type of player. And it really just depends what type of player you are, of which game you would prefer. Treyarch makes the more fast-paced, I'd say, arcadey style games, and Infinity Ward's been leaning more into like the bit slower, bit more realistic style of play, which is what I would.
You couldn't tell already. I'm a little bit of a Treyarch shill.
I mean, I could say the same about myself regarding Infinity Ward.
What do you guys think of the maps?
Like the actual map design and layouts?
Yeah, just like generally, like, do you guys think they're too big, they're too small, or like just right?
I'd say size-wise, I think it's a good variation. Like, I think most of them are a really good size, but some of them are bigger and some of them are smaller than others. I think this one might be the smallest map in the game, in the beta. Either this one or the Mexican town. But I don't think it's... I like it when maps are like variety of sizes. I don't want every map to be the same. But from the beta, it looks like there is a good mix of like really good size maps that play differently.
How did he just... Oh shit.
Aaron, what's your view on the maps?
When I said what, I was just confused on how I died. But I think the maps are in the beta right now. I think they're actually pretty good, but the one map we just got done playing, I feel like it's a little too big.
What about you, Sly? What do you think of the maps?
Yeah, typical negative Nancy, out and about again. Yeah, I think they're way too big.
Way too big?
Way too big. Yeah. Last map, like the dude who was just talking. Sorry, I'm not gonna give you guys his name yet. Arion. Yeah. He referenced it. Yeah. Last map, I kid you not, I thought we had accidentally loaded into some sort of ground war. Like, I had no clue why the area was as large as it was. Yeah, I think they're way too big. It's really hard to find people. And, you know, I know an argument can be made against having maps be the exact same structure because it risks repetition, but I love it when most, if not all, maps are typical 3-lane maps. It's a very old formula, but it's a very effective formula. It constantly keeps the pacing of the maps going. Big, elaborate areas like these, you can, like, spend 5 minutes searching for a single person, or there can be an entire area where, like, there's an entire, like, World War III size fighting going on, a battle. Yeah, I think the maps are way too large, way too elaborate. But that's just me.
Okay. As someone who prefers Treyarch games, I would entirely expect that. I would entirely expect you to feel that.
Oh, that grenade killed everyone.
That man definitely must have just got play of the game, and if he didn't, I'd be surprised. Obviously, like I said, you know, I disagree. I think this map is actually a really good size. Same with the Mexican map, and the hotel one is a bit on the bigger side, but that's actually my favorite map of the beta. And then the one in the museum that we just played is definitely a bigger map, but I think when you compare it to like older game, like at least COD Ghost, there were some massive maps in that game. Overall, I'd say the map design is pretty similar to 2019. Feels like they slimmed it down a bit, though. Got rid of some of the sight lines that you'd usually be able to get seen from. It's more predictable where you're going to get killed from if you do get killed. And overall, I'm a fan of the maps. I'm forcing you and holding a gun to your head to choose the next topic we talk about.
Oh, I already know what's the next topic we're gonna. That's a good topic. So look, I think the next topic we should talk about are the ways you unlock guns in this game.
The ways you unlock guns in. Oh yeah, before we started this, you were saying you didn't like it.
Yeah, I do not like that you have to level up one gun to get to a different gun. I like the old way where you just, you know, as you level up, you unlock certain guns, score streaks. I'm pretty sure all those score streaks are already unlocked, are they not?
I think... No, you have to unlock them by leveling up, like, your main level.
Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry, I have to do a double take. What?
Okay, so you know how, like, in this game they have the weapon platforms, right?
I am not caught up.
Okay, so in this game, when you let's say you get the M4, right? And you play with the M4, and eventually you unlock a separate platform of it, which is the M16, or the like one with the P90 mag. But it's the same. It's like the same gun. Like it's the same platform of weapon, but it's a different gun, and you have to use the starting one to unlock the other ones, right?
So like different variants of the same weapon?
Yeah, yeah. So like, you know how the MP5 and there's like an assault rifle that's like the G3. That's the same, like they're the same platform, but they're different guns, right? Basically, what Aaron was saying is he likes it more how it used to be in other games before this, where it's just you level up normally and you unlock all the guns through your player level, and there's nothing to do with like weapon level unlocking you different like guns and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew nothing about this before we did this video, so I mean, I guess this has been a little bit educational. I guess I would have to see it like in play before I make a judgment call about it, because I don't know how it like fully works.
You don't
I just know, like,
understand
the
it
base
enough
description.
to like really make an opinion. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. I personally
That's
like
valid.
it. I think it's cool because it adds like a lot more customization. It takes longer to unlock every weapon, but it takes less time to unlock all the attachments for every weapon. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Aaron, do you have anything else you want to say about that?
No.
Just that you don't like it?
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
really like it.
Alright. Something... Have you all played Ground War? Aaron, you played Ground War, right?
Oh yeah, I played one game of it.
Okay,
What's up, guys?
We did it! Heck yeah, we're the best. Sly, did you play Ground War?
I played a little bit of it.
Okay, did you play it in 2019?
2019, no.
Okay. Do you play any Battlefield games or anything similar to Ground War?
No.
Okay. On its own, then.
I'm a TDM casual.
Okay. What are your opinions on Ground War?
Ground War, I think it's a pretty cool idea. I played just a tad bit of it. Wait, was it called Ground War in Cold War? Or was it called something else? I'm pretty sure it was just called Ground War, right?
Cold War, I don't think had the same thing. It had like combined arms or something like that.
Oh yeah, it was.
God, if you want to toss
like
us
that.
into Ground War real quick.
I don't know too much about like the Ground War, the Ground War mode, but I know like I know the basis of it and how it's supposed to play. Yeah, I don't mind that in the Call of Duty setting. I think that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Especially something that can like draw in Battlefield fans.
God, I said toss us into Ground War. No, what are you doing? God, no.
You think you're gonna get what you won't know?
I like it. I think it's cool. They added more vehicles to it. I really like the transport chopper. The transport chopper, and if you haven't experienced it, is an actual like full-on large helicopter that you can walk around the back of. Like it's open and everything, and if someone isn't driving it but it's still in the air, it'll actually hover in place and you can basically snipe from it. I think that's really cool. I haven't seen a game to my memory where there's a like flying vehicle that you can walk around the back of while it's in the air. Which I love that. Aaron, what are your overall opinions of Ground War?
Well, I've only played one game of Ground War. It wasn't the worst, but I think Battlefield just executes it like way better than
For sure. I'm not at all gonna say that Ground War is like better or even even equivalent to Battlefield. For sure, no.
Well, yeah. Honestly, it's not a bad game mode, especially for the way COD did it. Honestly, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Although I only played one game of it and I almost fell asleep in it.
Well, if after this match of COD, could you throw us into Ground War, or do you not want to play Ground War right now?
No, I'll consider Ground War.
Okay, thank you. But I like it. I think it's like a nice thing to just kind of shake up. You know, if I'm sick and tired of playing like 6v6, I can go into 32v32 and just have that bigger experience with like vehicles and tanks and stuff. It's a different thing, and I like a variety of experiences. Sly, next thing you want to talk about? Next thing that's on your mind?
Next thing. Let me. I think okay. So when it comes to like the gameplay essentials, in terms of visuals, gunplay, time to kill, maps, I think we've covered the majority of that. I guess I don't know how we can like flesh down to an entire topic. I guess it's just like a quick thing. What do you guys think of the camping situation?
The camping situation?
Yeah.
Well, let's first start with an important thing I think needs to be brought up whenever people talk about camping. What is your definition of camping? Because some people have different definitions of it, which I think can cause for some confusion. So what would you qualify as someone who is camping in Call of Duty or any game for that matter?
Okay. I think camping is typically when someone stays in one spot for a prolonged amount of time. Typically basically someone hunkers down in one specific area and just stays there, doesn't really move, doesn't engage in gunfights, waits till people cross their line of sight. That's typically what I think of when I think of camping.
Okay, Aaron, what about you? What's your camping, like your own camping definition?
Did you call my name? Staying in one general spot for more than, a kill or two for X amount of time, pretty much. So say like I think mounting has to do a big thing with camping in this game. And in 2019, I didn't like how you could just mount on the thing, like on a wall or anything. I think that encourages camping. I don't really like it. But yeah.
Okay.
I think that's camping.
Now, see, for me, my definition of camping is more along the lines of spending. It's very similar to y'all's, but it's more like staying in, like, like, not moving around at all, and doing it for the match. Like, that is your strategy for the match, is to stay in a spot. If you get killed, you might move to a different spot, but your overall strategy is to stay in one spot. So I wouldn't consider someone who's, like, maybe staying in one spot for a moment, just to, like, for a moment, not to be, I wouldn't consider that camping. It's more along the lines of, if you spawn, you go to a spot, you stay there until you die. You spawn, you go to a spot, you stay there until you die. That's what I would consider camping, instead of, I've been running around for a bit, but I want to hold in here just for a moment because maybe I'm like one kill off my gunship or something. I do that very often when I start getting scared of dying. I wouldn't consider that camping, but I could definitely see how some people would consider it camping. So now, for my definition of camping, I'll be honest, I haven't seen too much of it. But for y'all's definition, I could definitely say there's been a good amount of camping in the game, and I can see that.
Yeah, my problem wouldn't necessarily be the numbers, though I do see a great deal of people camping in this game more than like typical other Call of Duties. Even in Vanguard, because I'd say the pacing of Vanguard matches were generally fast-paced, and like you were encouraged to like, you know, engage in more gunfights. But it's just how easy it is to do, like how like many tools Infinity Ward gives you to do so. Like, you know, with the whole mounting feature.
Oh,
and
hold on. Here's my precision airstrike I was talking about. Listen to it.
Oh, okay. Alright, that sounded pretty nice. Yeah, I just think it's the combination of a fast time to kill, big elaborate maps, and just stuff like mounting that makes camping a general nightmare in this game, because it's very easy to do. A lot more people do it in typical other COD games where the pacing is typically more fast-paced. Yeah, it's just a huge annoyance, but that's me.
Okay. What about the opposite problem that I've noticed a lot? People jumping around all the time.
Oh, the bunny hopping.
What is your view of that?
This is gonna sound weird. I don't genuinely get annoyed at stuff like bunny hopping or like moving around from side to side or whatever. While it can get a bit agitating, I mean, it's people like utilizing this game's very limited movement to their advantage and doing whatever they can to like not sustain gunfire or get a jump on people. And especially with how, you know, everyone has giant titanium boots strapped to them whenever they run around. Yeah, I think it's a necessary thing that people typically have to do in order to like have an advantage in gunfights. So yeah, I don't really have a problem with bunny hopping.
Okay. Arion, do you have anything about bunny hopping you'd like to say?
I would be a full-on hypocrite if I said I didn't like it, because I don't remember when's the last time I didn't bunny hop around the corner.
You did it just now, like right in front of me.
Yeah. So I
Aaron,
think
you're part of the problem.
I think it's a good thing it's in the game, because I could barely, like, you're really slow whenever you're moving around while ADS.
Yeah.
So I think bunny hopping, you know, like, subs that out.
Okay. I'm not saying like it's like this major issue that I have, like, oh man, dude, these freaking bunny hoppers, they're ruining the game. No, like I have the aim to be able to usually kill someone if they jump around a corner, but it's just I find it irritating that I very often have to deal with someone jumping around the corner. And I mean, people are allowed to play the game how they want, but I wish people would just be able to like relax more while playing video games. It feels like nowadays everyone has to like be trying so hard in a game, doing the optimal strategy to win, stuff like that. So that actually brings me to slide canceling. Are y'all glad or unhappy that it's been removed from this game?
I don't think they need to remove it. Like, like I said, I think players should be rewarded if they're utilizing the game's movement to their advantage and are performing specific, I wouldn't say hard to do, but, you know, like, stuff experienced players can, like, you know, do effortlessly. Yeah, I don't know, it just restricts movement. I don't think there's any reason to remove it.
I will have to bring up a counterpoint, though, because slide canceling actually messed with aim assist.
Oh, did it?
It was not intentional. It was an exploit.
Oh, in that case, okay, yeah. Never mind. Sorry, I didn't know it did that. Yeah, I changed my position that fast.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm happy they removed it. Not even just from like it being an exploit. Watching players do it was annoying. Like if you were spectating someone who did it, it hurt my brain because it wasn't a fun viewing experience. I think that's been a bit of me going on. Arian, do you have anything you want to bring up? Another topic?
No, but I'll let you know my opinion on slide canceling.
Oh,
Although I used to do it in Warzone like a lot, I'm really glad they like took it away because I don't know. Yes, I thought it was like really hard trying to kill someone.
Who was doing it? Arian?
Is my mic doing the thing again?
Yeah, your mic was cutting out.
No, dude, trust me, like, if you ran into someone that, like, was a professional at, like, slide canceling, you pretty much had, like, no chance of killing that person. And I don't like how it's in this game.
Okay.
It's,
right.
You can do it in this game, but it's, like, it's not as efficient.
Alright.
That's how it was in Warzone.
Yeah, there was a way you could do it in the beta, but I think they patched it already. It was like if you slid and aimed down sights immediately, you could you could do it. But Ariana, do you have another topic you'd like to talk about? Another thing you'd like to bring up?
Actually, no.
No? Sly, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Just one more thing. What do you guys think? Like, so, are any of you... Okay, this is gonna sound weird because I'm one of, like, the 5 COD fans in the world who actually, you know, gives a shit about the campaigns. Are you guys anticipating, the Modern Warfare 2 campaign?
Oh, no. Don't act like you're one of the 5 people who do. I love the campaigns. I am very excited for the campaign. I will be... Shameless plug. I will be playing it on my channel a week before it comes out because I have the game pre-ordered. I hope you enjoy that series because I certainly will. Anyway,
I actually might watch that because I don't think I'll be buying this. So I'll be watching the campaign on YouTube at some point, anyways.
Okay. Oh, this is the chopper, by the way, Sly. If you want to get in it because like. Sick.
I'm in a heavy tank right now. I forgot we were playing Ground War, and I just see a tank pull up to the freaking building I'm in, like, hey, what's up?
Well, when you die, you can spawn on the chopper.
Okay, bet. Yeah, when it comes to the campaign, I wasn't a fan of the last campaign that we had. I know generally people
talking about MW, or
would.
you talking about Vanguard?
I'm talking about MW.
Oh, you didn't like MW 2019?
I didn't like MW 2019's campaign because of 2 things. A plot that basically went nowhere, and complete lack of characterization when it came to our main crew. Everyone was just a walking piece of cardboard. Not really any real memorable characters. Captain, they advertised Captain Price coming back like it was this whole big deal, but he didn't really do much or say much. He had like 1 or 2 badass moments, and that's it. He kind of just stood around the whole time. Yeah, it's just that's basically it. I don't. And you know what? I can't even really be excited for this game because you can be like, oh, they're bringing back a Soap and Ghost, or oh, you know, we have like the Modern Warfare 2 villains who could appear in this one, like Zakiv or Makarov. I can't even really get excited there because I know that when they inevitably do introduce Ghost or Soap, there's just gonna be cardboard cutouts like Price. We can't even have Zakiv because they killed him off in a Warzone cutscene after Cold War set him up. It's oddly enough. And then, what else? Oh yeah, and yeah, I'm scared they're gonna ruin Makarov for not utilizing to his fullest potential.
Have they
Overall, I'm
confirmed
not.
Makarov's gonna be in it?
No, but I mean, if they're bringing back all these fan favorite characters, they might as well have Makarov in it. He's probably like the most well-known COD villain other than Val Menendez. So
Who defeated the Archon?
Oh, shut up. Shut up. But yeah, I think they definitely bring him in at some point. Now look, I'm not gonna go in with a closed mind. I want to give them another chance to craft a good campaign. It's just that the last campaign. Oh yeah, and another thing. Sorry if I'm gonna go on a tangent. I'm gonna make this brief. They really advertised this campaign to be this very unfiltered, uncensored, gritty,
Okay.
ultra realistic take on modern warfare, but they really shied away from a lot of the more serious moments. It felt like they went halfway, and I especially don't like how they depicted Russians as these like Saturday morning cartoon, like stereotypical blank slate villains. Twirling their little evil mustaches, killing like innocent people. It just felt very cartoonish.
I will say that I don't love how like the stereotypical bad guy for every like modern like thing is always the Russians. I mean,
yeah.
Even considering current events, I don't think the Russians are like the worst. I think if anything, if you had to choose like an adversary for the U.S., it'd probably be China, honestly. But then they couldn't sell it in China, so they wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, and you know the thing is, I don't have a problem with them using like Russia as like a evil. I mean, you know, it's very likely for the U.S. to clash heads with Russia. We're not exactly friends, but it's just the way Modern Warfare did it. Where like
you don't like how comically bad they were.
Yeah, it just felt cartoonish.
I definitely agree. I think it's a lot better when you have like a villain that's like their motivations make sense and they're not just killing people for the sake of it.
Yeah, for this next COD game, I don't want them to make like some sort of like Shakespeare epic. I just want the characters to have more characterization, be more memorable. Maybe, dare I say it, go on some sort of progression or arc while they're at it. And also just make a more memorable plot, because I'm not even kidding. Like by the time I got to like the second to last mission in the Modern Warfare campaign, I didn't even know what the hell was going on. It wasn't because I wasn't paying attention. No, like quite literally nothing happens in that game. Yeah, that's just me.
Okay. Do you know much about where the campaign is going to be going for this one? Like, do you know like the general like story that's been released so far?
Not really. I saw that one thing that they had at what was it? It was like that one presentation they had that showed off like the great physics of like that one boat with all the cargo. No, it wasn't COD Next. It was it was something they released a while ago, like some footage that involved like you and your characters on a boat. Yeah,
I don't remember
with like those cool water physics.
What event it was, but.
Yeah, I think the campaign is going to look awesome and have some cool set pieces. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, basically from what I know about the story, it's like you're fighting like drug cartels in South America.
Okay, that sounds interesting. Yeah, I just hope it's I just hope it's better. It's just improvement.
Are you excited for the campaign, or what
Yeah, I'm a little curious. I'm actually curious on like, is it going to be like the original campaign where, you know, set deaths happen?
Oh, you talking about the original Modern Warfare 2?
Like, is there going to be a new campaign, or just the same campaign?
Well, it's a reimagining, so it's new.
Oh, okay. So like different people is going to die.
Maybe.
I don't want to seem like I want to have like a Disney campaign, but I just don't like yeah. Oh my God, I have to go. I don't really like how everybody died off.
Okay, I see. You don't want Soap and freaking. You don't want Ghost to die. Is basically what you're saying. You don't want Shepard to walk in with.
Yeah, I don't want them to die.
That's one less loose end. Okay.
Did they confirm that Roach is going to be in it at all?
I don't know. I to my knowledge, no. They got a new guy in it. I don't know his name. but he's like Mexican Special Forces or something like that. I'm really interested to see what they do with him because the actor seems like he's really into it. Closing statements, anything you'd like to say, Scott?
Yeah. So all in all, MWII 2 isn't for me. It's not my type of COD game. But I think that's a good thing. I think that if COD keeps it up and they have, you know, certain games made in a specific way for a certain audience and another game made in a specific way for a certain audience, I think that'll, you know, do a great deal in amplifying this game's already large player base and bringing in new people, making all types of fans happy. And yeah, I recognize that this game isn't for me, but I don't think a Treyarch fanboy should come in and blindly hate on it just as like a MWII fanboy shouldn't come in and hate on a Treyarch game. I just think, yeah, you should appreciate if something's, you know, just doesn't quite, you know, scratch your itch, and that's okay. There's always other COD games in the series. But so yeah, on a technical aspect, the game looks amazing, and I'm excited that so many people are looking forward to this.
I agree with everything you said, except for me not being excited, or not being for me. I am excited for this game. Like I said, I'm a Modern Warfare fanboy, I'd say. You're the Treyarch fanboy, and I'm not gonna hate on a Treyarch game. I'm not gonna say anything bad about a Treyarch game, even though, like, personally, I didn't like Cold War's multiplayer, but that, like I said, that's not for me. And I hope that the next Treyarch game is really good. I hope it's exactly what you're looking for, Sly, because I would love more of the community to be happy. And I think we can both agree that us Treyarch and Infinity Ward fanboys can both hate on Sledgehammer and feel perfectly fine about it, because Sledgehammer is Sledgehammer.
Man, I hate to end this off in a disagreement, but I think Sledgehammer gets too much hate. They're trying their best.
Okay, I'll say this. I liked World War II, and Advanced Warfare wasn't bad. Vanguard I just did not like at all, okay?
Yeah, that's fair.
But that has been the video. We have had a nice little talk about MW2, you know, a bit more focused than last time. We kind of like went by point, you know. That's something. It's a change. I don't know if it's a good one, but it's a change. It definitely is. So I'm glad you were here, and even though Ariane had to go eat dinner, I'd imagine, I'm glad he was here. Unfortunately, my friend who was originally going to be here, Elements, had to work. Elements, if you're watching this, you're a big dumb nerd, and it sucks you couldn't have been here. That's the end. Hope you enjoyed. Let's bring the outro in.
All I'm saying is have a nice day. I hope it does.
I like this. I like this mode. It's not a mode that I typically play, but I think it's cool because it caters to, you know, fans of like Battlefield and, you know, just gravitates to a larger audience.
Do you prefer it more than like the normal like 6v6 of MW2?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's harmless. It's not like something like that I would play a lot, but I'm just glad it's in the game for people who like this style of gameplay.
Oh yeah, I like it. It's better than it. You said you didn't play it in 2019. It's better than it was in that. Like there's more stuff and the maps feel a bit better. Even though I'm pretty sure this is just a segment of the Warzone 2 map. At least I think it is. Yeah, that's like the observatory up there. Oh, you saw the Warzone 2 map. Did you see like how they got like other maps in there and stuff?
I didn't.
Yeah, they got like at the COD Next event, they showed off like bits and pieces of Warzone 2. There's like other MW maps from prior, like the original MW games in there. So you know Dome from MW3?
Uh-huh.
You can actually see it from here, Sly. You got killed. But if you want to spawn on me real quick... Okay, never mind, I got killed. There were some other maps too. There was one from the original COD 4 MW. I forgot the name of it. It's the one that has like that courtyard in the middle with the statue and the building like wraps around it and stuff, if you remember that one. Quarry from the original MW2 is in the Warzone map.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just...
Oh, I think it's really cool. It's like kind of taking a note from Blackout, because like Blackout had a bunch of previous maps in there as well. I like it when I like that decision for BRs to do.
Yeah. I like how it really makes the Warzone like feel like a Call of Duty Warzone, because there's like all these maps from prior games that if you've played those games, you're like, hey, I've been here before. I remember these places. Oh crap, somebody didn't even talk about that I wanted to talk about. At least some was the Spec Ops. I'm interested in that. And DMZ.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about DMZ either. We didn't talk about any of the important stuff.
So I know DMZ is going to be like this Escape from Tarkov inspired mode. All I know is that some type of like odd, unique PvP type thing.
I'm excited for it. The closest thing to Escape from Tarkov I've played, being that I play on PlayStation, is Hunt Showdown. It's like that extraction royale style game. I'm excited to see what they do with DMZ. I'm hoping it's good. I'd say I'm more interested in that than Warzone 2.
Yeah. The only sad thing about this whole DMZ is because oh my god, I'm saying I can't get out of sentence. Sorry. I did it again. Because they're making this mode, they can't make like a arcade 4-player PvE mode like they typically do in COD games. And you know me, I'm mainly a zombies guy, and when I'm not a zombies guy, I'm like an extinction guy or whatever. I just love oh, dude, I wish they had made a comeback. Yeah, I just wish they made a mode like that to cater towards fans like me who, or you know, just people who wanted to get that zombies itch filled.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't even have to be zombies. It just has to have like the cooperative aspect of zombies.
Well,
so
speaking of cooperative, I will say another thing they announced at COD Next. Apparently, there's a raid coming. There's raids coming to MW2. You know, like a Destiny raid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How would they pull that off?
I have no idea. All they said was it's gonna be in the game, and I was like, wait, hold on, I'm sorry. No, you can't just say that and then leave. No, DMZ is actually not the third mode. Like, it's part of Warzone 2.
Oh yeah, no, I know it's not the third mode, but I heard that like that's what they were like prioritizing development instead of a third mode. Like,
well, the third mode, no, there is a third mode. It's gonna be like Spec Ops, like from MW2 and 3. Not the survival mode, but more as, you remember those 2-player co-op missions? Did you ever play those? They said they're gonna do like that.
Okay. Cause you know, for the longest time we didn't think that Spec Ops would be in the game. Then they confirmed it at the Nexus event.
Yeah.
So that caught me off guard. I'm gonna have to see how Spec Ops play, because I literally told my friend if they had some form of like a co-op aspect in this game that you could grind out or something, then I would literally pay the full $70 just so I could get my PvE COD itch for the day.
Yeah.
Now, the reason they didn't do zombies in the first place for Modern Warfare 2019 is because they wanted all aspects of the game to be realistic, and I'm pretty sure that's why they're sticking to Spec Ops again, because, you know, they don't want to do anything like cyborgs or androids or zombies or aliens. They want everything to be grounded in like all compartments. But yeah, it's just a shame, because I think they could have took the huge scale Spec Ops missions that they had in 2019 and did that again, but just with more balancing improvements, because what turned everyone off from that was because that mode was basically unplayable.
Yeah, at launch it was insanely difficult. I tried playing it, I couldn't. I mean, they eventually like made it, you know, bearable. Like it's good now if you went back and played it, but I mean, even then, they weren't the best missions, I'd say.
Yeah, it sucks, because I think that could have been really freaking cool. It could have been kind of like, you know, GTA 5 heist, if you will. If they would have just refined it more. But it seems like they're giving up on it and like putting more development time into things that they are certain people will like.
Yeah, that's why I'm really interested in the raid thing, because that sounds like, if anything, excuse me, that would be like you said, a GTA heist, like in Call of Duty, like with like different things you have to do. That'd be really interesting to see what they do with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sly decided that we had too much conversation. That was good conversation after recording. So I'm deciding that I'm recording now. So now this time it's the real end. This is the real end of the video, because we talked about more important stuff afterward.
Wait, did Joel have a favorite equipment?
You know what? That's something good to end off on. Sly, do you have a favorite, like, new equipment they added? Like, field upgrade. Choose a field upgrade and an equipment. What's your favorite?
Man, it sucks this is the final topic because I'm gonna be straight with you. Equipment is just that one thing in my HUD that I never look at or ever use. So I wouldn't know. I guess I like the fact that I can throw down ammo boxes. I don't know if that was in 2019 or not.
It was.
That's cool.
Alright,
well, you know what? A for effort.
You get an A for effort. I'd go with the deployable, like, inflatable decoy. I love that. If I'm on an objective, I'll toss it down, like, next to some cover or something, make it look like it's someone capturing the objective hiding behind something, and then people come shoot at it, and then I'll be at, like, a different angle, and I'll be able to shoot them because I don't know they're there because they shot at it. Like, I find it to be really cool.
The drill charge.
The drill charge is really, I like it. That's the anti-camper weapon right there.
Yeah, you get 2 of them. You throw them on the wall. There's like you could go through very thick walls. You could throw them, shoot 2 at a wall, go around to another door, and you know, wipe out the door. Wipe out the room.
Yeah. All right, Cod, I'm glad you came in at the end. That means your little, like, character that represents you is gonna be put on the thumbnail. That is it. That is the end. The actual end. The second end. This one for real this time. Hope you all enjoyed. I'm gonna make this one quicker and just say, let's bring in that outro.
All I'm saying is have a nice day. I hope it doesn't rain on your parade. And when it all comes down, I hope it doesn't land on you. What I mean to say, I hope you have a real nice day.